Got a little morning wood on that one there. Dan will like that. Today, I'm in the wood yard. I got a pile of cherry that needs stacking. Let's get busy. So today is kind of a dreary, wet, snowy, rainy kind of mixed day. It's about 37 degrees today. And I got a pile of cherry back here that's been getting rained and snowed on the last couple of days. It's been melting and thawing, but it's supposed to get real cold the next couple of days and be in single digits to below zero again. So winter's still trying to hang on. But I got a couple hours this afternoon at the end of the day here, so I'm going to continue stacking some of this stuff and work on getting this cleaned up so that I can get some more firewood brought in here, log form wood. And I just placed an order with my logger John. I told him I want 6 to 8 more loads, and he said he's bringing it. So I got to get this stuff kind of cleared up because I got certain areas I want to put the wood in, and I want to have it put so that I don't have to move it is the plan. I want to put it right where I'm going to cut it, split it, and stack it, so I don't have to move it around at all. That's the plan anyway. So we'll see how all that goes. So let's get stacking. So I got over here to the stacking area, and I realized all I have left is just all of this debris and stuff that's on the ground here. So I went and started the tractor. It's warming up right now, and I'm going to shove a bunch of wood over here so I can continue stacking on this pile right here and then extend them out, and then I'll just keep pushing the wood this way. So I only got a couple hours, so maybe I can get a couple full cords stacked. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. So time to move some wood. So I just finished this full cord here, and I got a little bit on the end started, and I was going to show you what I do a lot of times with measuring, because a lot of guys have been asking me about measuring. Not a lot, but a few. And when I'm stacking green wood, like wood that's fresh cut, fresh split, I usually stack at 50, 51, maybe 52 inches high, because it will settle down, it will shrink. So when you go to sell it, if you stack it at 48 inches and then it shrinks down a couple inches, you're gonna have a little bit less, a couple armfuls less than you should have. So right here I can show you, I measured like 3 or 4 different spots just to get an idea, but it's going from the top of the pallet here up to here. That's 50 inches right there. So it's 49, 50 inches pretty much across there. So that's what I do most of the time. And like I said the other day when I was stacking here, you might notice right now that there is a pallet vertical right here, because from that end piece that I've got down there down to where I just stick this one in here is 8 feet, and I've got 3 rows, so it's a full cord. So it's 4 feet wide, 4 feet high, 8 feet long, and I'm going to continue down going that direction now. So there's the measuring tip. Now if you're stacking dry wood, then stack at 48 inches. And I had one guy about, this had to be 5 or 6 years ago, that he bought from me 5 face cords. So it was 1 full cord and 2/3. That's what he said he could fit in his racks that he had. Well, when I load it, I throw it directly into the trailer, and I had a full cord. I made 2 trips, a full cord, and then the 2 face cords I did a second trip because he was only like 3 miles from here. And I dumped him, and after I got back like an hour later, he calls me and says, yeah, I just finished stacking the wood. He said, I'm short. I said, really? I said, because those were measured piles that I had. He said, well, I stacked them in my racks, and he said, I'm short. He figured, he's told me, he said, I figure I'm about a third of a cord short. So he needed about that much, 4 feet by about 2 feet more. I said, okay, I'll bring you some. So I threw a half a face cord in and ran it over there. Well, here I looked at his piles. He had them packed so tight. He was like a jigsaw puzzle. He was trying to force them in as tight as he could, and it wasn't that much less. One of his racks, or 2 of his racks, were full, and he said, well, there's 2 face cords in each of those racks. I said, okay. And then the other rack was a single rack that was 4 feet high, 8 feet long. Well, there was maybe about 6 inches off the top across there, but it's because he packed them in so tight. So that can happen. That's why I always just throw a little bit extra in. And since then, I've never had a problem. But that's the kind of guy that could just tell the way he was. I'm glad he never called back. So, gonna get back to stacking. it is starting to get stacked. I got another full cord done, finished off a couple other things, and I moved a bunch of the pile, pushing it, but I don't like that now that today it was, like I said before, it was kind of a thawy 40-degree day. It's cooling off now. Now it's probably 20. It cooled off a lot already, but it was kind of muddy, and all I did is I kind of churned a lot of the wood into the mud, and I don't like that because then it ends up being kind of messy looking, and I want to sell clean wood. But when I was going through the pile there, I scraped away some of the debris. I got a bunch over here to pick through. There's going to be a bunch of kindling in there. I'm going to pick out of this stuff. This is where all the debris ended up, because everything on that end is real nice and clean. There's no debris over there. Everything was on this end is where I pushed it. So that'll all have to be cleaned up. But these pieces right here need to be split. There were some ones that never got split, so I'm going to whack on those with the X27 Fiskars right now and split those down. And I'm going to make small pieces out of them right now. So I'm going to stand up these few pieces I have here and split them down. And for those of you that haven't been watching the channel very long, there is a little video I did about the Fiskars tools a while ago with Tony. And the X27, which is what this is right here. So I've had this quite a while now. It's a Fiskars X27. You can see it's all wore off, but it's a splitting axe. It's for splitting. It's not for chopping. The head on it only weighs, I don't know, like 3 pounds or something like that. It's nice and light. It's a fantastic axe splitting wedge. You can use it all day long and not get tired. Oh, it's a tough one. There we go. But it's a really, really nice splitting axe. This is a crotch right here, so we'll try from this end. I used to use a big 8-pound or 10-pound, whatever, splitting maul, but this is what I like best for splitting now. It's a really nice, but I can't hit it hard enough. There we go. Yeah, it's a crotch, that's why. It's a tough one. It's a dirty crotch. You gotta watch out for those. There you go. Oh, look at that. Got a little morning wood on that one there. Dan will like that. And yeah, so I don't hardly ever use it because I just don't need to. But when you do, this is the one I like. And there you go. Oh, we got one here to do. Yeah, it's a bigger one. But if you got really big rounds that you can't lift, in the woods, whatever, and you don't have any way to move them, you can knock them down real fast with, especially if you got like red oak or something. I'm gonna put the tractor away because it's getting dark out, losing daylight. I did enough for one day. Maybe tomorrow I'll do some more stack, and I got a bunch of deliveries tomorrow. I think I got 2 or 3 tomorrow, so that's probably what's gonna happen. And I'll be back. You should come back, it'll be fun between now and then. Get outside, get cutting. Good night, Irene.